I'm Saad Low, the Chief Executive of the New Engineering Foundation.
So can we chat about low carbon systems and policies?
Yes, the UK is taking a great position in addressing and being committed to the low carbon agenda. The issue that we need to be mindful of is that excitement and willingness of many organizations, indeed including the government in this context, many stakeholders that are very keen to push the low carbon agenda. That needs to have a clarity of purpose and it needs clear focus. The announcement by the Secretary of State, Dr. Vince Cable, in terms of the creation of the Green Bank is a great initiative, and obviously the UK can demonstrate a clear leadership at a European and indeed at an international level, because unless you can put a monetary value on the reduction of the carbon and achieve decarbonisation, then the rate and the pace of change in any economy in any country will be much sluggish. And what we are seeing now is obviously we are committed and signed up to the Climate Change Act, so therefore we are obligated to reduce the overall carbon emission in this country to levels that were at the 1990s. So it's a major drive to reduce the overall carbon emission and change behavior in the way in which we address energy and energy requirements. So policies will need to dictate and change, will need to change really and shape the behavior of society, will need to shape the way in which transactions happen at a commercial level. And what we have seen today is many of the initiatives, unfortunately, have been conflicting initiatives, particularly around the microgeneration of energy. And it is very well to start a new initiative that will, on the back of this, you will create a new market. But then as soon as you switch off the incentives from government, then the whole market collapses. And I think that has a devastating, a negative and a long-lasting impact in terms of changing behaviors and changing attitudes towards the climate change and the low carbon agenda than actually achieving the whole purpose which was set out for. So that's one of the aspects that need to be addressed. And we look forward to obviously seeing the development in the pertaining to the low carbon bank. Now moving to the Green Bank, moving on to the aspect in which the government addresses the skills shortages, because unless you have the skills, then the rate of pace that you want to address some of the changes in terms of infrastructure changes, building and constructing a new buildings, or even retrofitting existing buildings, will require a whole new set of skills. And unfortunately, some of these skills are not in colleges or in skills providers, and we need to be able to prepare the state of readiness of the FE system to be able to respond to the demands of the economy and the demands of the sectors, the specific sectors. So what is happening is we have a number of sector skill councils that have fairly defined footprints, but unfortunately the green skills and the green agenda, it is a cross-cutting agenda which requires a much broader approach to tackling the skills. So they're not defined to the CEMTAs or the cogens or the construction skills. Unfortunately, this constrains the way in which the green skills are addressed. So, in my view, that we need to have the skills directly embedded into the FE system, create linkages between businesses, with colleges, with schools, with the universities. That triangulation in terms of knowledge and creating knowledge exchange between the sources of knowledge, and that source could well be in colleges or it could be in employers. But that exchange will enable the development of a new set of skills that will give the sector a leadership position, but also will give the UK a leadership position in terms of addressing the low carbon agenda.